So good day guys, this is JSON Technologies. So I welcome you to another series of our Python focus video. So in this series we'll be discussing about the loops in Python. So in the previous videos we have discussed about the data arrays that we have in Python, like Python list, Python tuple, Python set, Python dictionary. So in this series now we'll be discussing about loops that we have in Python. We have two types of loops in Python. So the first one is for loop and the second one is while loop. So now let's discuss about the for loops here. So Python for loops. So a for loops is used for iterating over a sequence. That is, either you are iterating to a list of data, maybe you are iterating to a list of tuple, a tuple data, maybe a dictionary data, or even a set, or even a string too. So for loop, it can be used for list, it can be used to iterate the data on list, data of tuple, data of dictionary, and data of set and string. So this is less like the for keywords in other programming language and works more like an iterator method that's found in other object-oriented programming language like JavaScript and code. So this for loop, so with the for loop we can execute a set of statements once for each items in a list, tuples, set, etc like that. So we'll be using for loop to iterate an items in a list. You can use it to iterate an item in a tuple, and also you can use it to iterate an item in a dictionary too, or even a string as self. So now let's get started. So now let's say we have an items in a list called fruit. So let's say fruit. So this is list. So we can just make it list. Let's say we have mango, we have apple, we have, what do we have again? We have water, melon, then we have cherry. So these are the items that we have in list. So now let's loop through this item in a list on a norms. If you do print fruit now, so you have the items like this printed out like this. So now, but let's use for loop to iterate the items in a list. So now to use for loops you have to call the for keywords. So for is a keywords. We have discussed about that in the keywords video. So where we discuss about the 36 keywords that we have in Python. So one of the keywords that we have in Python is for. So for is used for loop. So let's look through the fruit items. Now let's say for new fruit. Now for new underscore fruits. So that means we are having a new basket of fruit. We are having a new basket of fruit. So we are now migrating all the items in this fruit to this new basket of fruit. So we now say that for new fruit in fruit. So for new fruit in fruit, meaning that you are moving this item one by one to this basket. So that means Python is going to be moving this item one by one into this basket. And let's see what we have here. Now let's say print new fruit. So now for new fruit in fruit. So let's now print it out now on the screen. Then using as we have mango in our new basket, new fruit basket. We have apple, we have watermelon, we have cherry. So what is happening here? How is Python looping through the items now? This is how Python is looping through the item, because anything that has to do with loop means continuous action. Loop is continuous action. That thing will continue to be working until a particular force or a particular condition applied to it to stop that loop from working. So now this is what is happening. So Python will go into the fruits list and take the first item on the list, add it here, then still go again, take the second item on the list, add it here, still go again. It will continue to be going like that, picking the item one by one and adding them to the new basket, which is new fruit basket that we have here, new fruit variables. So now if you see the results, the results say that it takes it first, it takes the mango, add it to the new fruit, takes the second item, add it to the new fruit, take the third item, add it to the new fruit. And also one interesting thing that you can do is one interesting things that you can do with for loop is add a conditional statement to for loop. So adding a conditional statement to for loop is you can just say if, are you getting it? If apple, tell me you want to verify whether apple is in the list. So if apple in new fruit, that means if apple is found in the new fruit, what should happen? Now print apple is present in new underscore fruit. That means apple is not present. So we are verifying when Python is moving the item from fruit to new fruit. So we want to verify whether apple is present as part of the fruit that we are moving. So now let's say, and you see that we have the condition that said apple is present in new fruit. So now apple is present in new fruit means that it has verified that whether apple is present in the new fruit that we just moved. So that is why we can just loop through this now. So if it is, you can change this thing to tuple too. You can loop through tuples as well. So looping through tuple as well, you have the same result as apple is present in new fruit. So you use for loop. We always use for loop to loop through the item in a data array. If you, let's say, okay, now let's say we have a data arrays of, maybe just say name equals to maybe John. Let's say John now. So I want to loop through John now. So you can just say for new, which is new name in name. So for new name in name. So for new name in name. So now let's print new. So printing new on the screen now, you are looping through the items. You are looping this through this string of John. So now let's do it. Now do you see that we have apple is present as part of our first conditions of for loop. Then you can see that we have John, we have J, we have O, we have H, and then we have N. So this is for loop for string. So this is for loop for data arrays like list, tuples, dictionary sets, like that. So guys, this is just brief discussions about for loop in Python. So you can use for loop to iterate the item in a data set of array or in a data set of string. So guys, in the next tutorial we'll be discussing about the second types of loop, which is while loop. So while loops covers a lot of one-range functionality than for loops in some aspect, but automatically both are all the same loop. They are all loops in Python. So we'll be checking the condition necessary for while loop, how we can use while loop to iterate some items, and also we'll be building a very simple card game with while loop. So guys, see you in the next video. Bye.